You guys didn't think about that. They thought about it at the Motel 6.
You're right.
But that whole concept of people wake up in the morning with shit to do got right by the Ritz-Carlton Hotel.
Like, if Motel 6 has to get that thing out, like, I'm pretty sure the other hotels can.
Then I gotta go meet with these lawyers. Now, I hate lawyers. I just can't stand them, and I hate them worse than you do, no matter how much. Have you ever seen a video of that guy shooting his lawyer, and his lawyer's trying to hide behind that little tree, and he just keeps shooting? That's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
Wait, what?
I got that on my video iPod, and if I just need a chuckle sometime during the day, I just hit the play button. Play, pow, 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 ha, 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 ha. Play, pow, 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 ha, 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 ha. Play, pow. I do that till I come.
Yo! What?
Then I gotta go to the dentist. You see how my day's shaping up. Cold shower, lawyers, dentist. The trifecta of fucked up day.
Wait, yeah, like that's crazy.
Couldn't eat because of what I had to do there. So now it's 2:30 in the afternoon. Before I finish this story, will admit that I'm in a foul mood. My mouth is starting to hurt, and I haven't eaten all day. And I'm going to go eat lunch at this place called the Clubhouse. It's Atlantic Square Mall in Buckhead. And I used to eat there all the time. I live in most cities, and I pull up. Now, all this out here used to be just regular parking, but now the whole thing is valet parking, so you can't just park your car and go get some food. You have to wait for this little prick in a little red truck to wake up. But he isn't going to wake up because he's got on headphones and mirrored sunglasses, and he's looking the other direction, watching these two girls walk down Peachtree Boulevard. And I can tell by the whole scenario that they're not going to be out of his line of sight for 20 minutes. Nothing's going to get in the way, so I'm like, fuck, do your job. And I decided, well, I'll just park the car myself. And the only space I saw was right next to his truck, and I'm going to park the car myself. And then once he sees I'm going to park the car myself, he jumps out of his truck, and he gets militant. And he jumps in front of my Range Rover. He puts his hands on the hood, and he goes, "Nobody parks their own car in this parking lot. I park the cars in this parking lot." Well, I rolled down my window and very politely said, "Get out of my fucking way."
Right. Very politely. That's the nicest thing you can ever say.
Nobody talk to me like that. You can't park your car in this parking lot. And I said, "Fuck you." He goes, "I'm calling the police. What's your first and last name?" I said, "It's fuck you. It's F-U-C-K capital Y-O-U. Fuck you. That's my name." He gets on his radio.
It's a cop?
And calls the Dalai Lama of all parking lot attendants.
Oh, it's a
valet. Wheeling up in his little red truck. Apparently they give them to him.
Apparently they give it to him.
He hops out of the truck like he's going to do something. He immediately recognizes me, and you see this big, oh shit, wash over his face. He literally shoves this kid out of the way and starts apologizing. He said, "Mr. White, I'm sorry." I said, "Listen, this kid's not doing his job. He's an insolent little piece of shit. He needs to have his ass reamed." He goes, "Mr. White, he's going to have his ass reamed by me and my boss's boss." And I was like, well, I had no idea that chain of command went that deep in the parking lot.
Right.
He said, "Mr. White, let us take your Range Rover. We'll wash it for you. We'll fill it up with gas. We'll park it. No charge." I said, "Don't park it here. I don't want this little prick to kid." He said, "We'll park it on the other side." And I said, "Fine." So I go have a nice lunch and take more pain pills.
That's a good
Getting
funny,
in a
man.
better mood. He said, "My gum scraped, you know." So I walk outside and my Range Rover is shining like a new penny, and I hop in and I fired up and it's full of gas. I could have left.
Oh my God. I was gonna do parts of this
I
thing.
drove back over there where that kid was.
So I'm gonna watch the whole time.
I rolled down my window and he rolled down his window and I went, "How'd that work out for you? Pretty good?"
That looks so, that looks crazy.
And here's the moral of that story. Don't fuck with me when I hadn't been drinking.
Right.
Pulitzer Prize-winning author Norman Mailer died last year at the age of 84 years old. For the last 60 years of this man's life, he drank to excess every day. He was married 6 times. He smoked pot. He stabbed his second wife. And I've never read one of his books, but I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan.
He's got married about 6 times. It's crazy.
We've had a blast since we've been here, man. I tell you, we went out last night. I got so drunk. I woke up this morning and somebody had shit my pants.
Yo, Ron, he is hilarious. He's one of the greatest ones, man.
I don't know who it was, but I know he eats corn. And cake.
Oh, that's funny.
Corn cakes, I think is what it was. I just got back from Europe. I took my son Tater Tot to Europe. We were in Spain during the running of the bulls, but we didn't go to the event because we couldn't figure out why you would. The people that we know that live there were pitching this really hard, and they said that this event's been going on for over 500 years. And I'm like, what? Really? And they explained it to us. Apparently 540 years ago, a bunch of gay sailors in white suits with red scarves got all fucked up and turned loose the cattle and tried to, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I was like, what?
They got all fucked up, tried to get out of the way and couldn't, and it ended up the town was such a borehole that compared to everything else that was going on there, it seemed like fun, and they kept doing it for 540 years. And I still don't want to go. And this year, 2 people died, and they said it was a huge tragedy. But I think before you call something a huge tragedy, I think you need to first determine exactly which 2 people died. Maybe it was 2 people we didn't need. They weren't very bright, I can tell you that for sure.
That's so stupid. That's terrible.
This year, a bunch of Spaniards stood up and said the event should be canceled forever because it's so dangerous. I'm like, it took you 545 Fuck that, man. Have 2 a week. Change the name from the running of the bulls to the thinning of the herd. We'll have the final event at Talladega. Call it the dodging of the NASCARs. You ready? Go. They're quick, aren't they? You might want to turn your wipers on, damn. We were in London for 2 days, and I was afraid I hadn't allotted enough time to see London because it's one of my favorite cities with so much tradition and history. And we were going to get a cabbie to take us around and show us the sights, and I thought I probably should have allotted more time. But if you get a cab driver in London that's a Scottish nationalist, which is somebody that believes that Scotland and England should have no ties whatsoever, they go home every night, watch Braveheart and beat off.
Oh my God.
Another guy.
What?
If you get a Scottish nationalist for a cab driver in London, you can see that city in about 10 minutes. I can go to Buckingham Palace if they pay me. I changed up my garages for pussies and bucket day.
What? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Are we going to see Big Ben? I thought you look to the left, look to the right, and get paid by the mouth of a minute. Whatever, dude. Where's this building? It's your fucking hotel. Get out. What are we going to do with the other day and 3/4? The food's awful. It is awful, too. They took us to a place called the Fox and the Hound, and I'm pretty sure that's what we were eating. I don't know which one they were serving that night, but I can tell you this, it needed ketchup. And they didn't have any ketchup. I wanted to take my son to see St. Paul's Cathedral, the 2nd largest cathedral in the world, and it was closed because the next day was the Queen's birthday. I'm like, well, this is a church. Jesus doesn't take a day off because this woman aged. What if this were the day I wanted to give my life to Christ? It wasn't. I've been screwed, that's what. I have no idea what you'd ever get the Queen of England for her birthday. That's got to be a tough old broad to shop for, doesn't it? I bought my wife a breast implant for her birthday. And I've never been a big fan of plastic surgery, but I got to admit, I've had a lot of fun playing with these things.
That's crazy.
I haven't given them to her yet.
Oh my God. Come on.
I just keep on my tour bus and just rub them in my vein. I'm glad they clean up easy. What? I just glad they're not made out of corduroy. That's all I'm saying. I have to have them Scotch guarded.
That's so messed up. But funny.
I find it a little ironic that the product that I use to keep from ruining my sofa should I spill my drink on it is actually called Scotch Guard. Sometimes things just work out perfect. Yeah, I'm looking for a product that'll protect my sofa should I spill my scotch on it. What do you have? We've got Scotch Guard. Yeah, let's go with that. Do you have Vodka Guard? How about Sperm Guard?
Oh my God.
It's a busy couch.
Oh my God.
I found out when I got back from Europe that I was being sued by a paper plant. That's what the lawyers are for. I don't know if you've ever driven by a paper plant, but the byproduct of the manufacture of paper in this country is a stench so foul it will knock you to your ever-loving knees. Crown Paper in Houston, Texas is suing me because I said on stage in Houston, Texas that Crown Paper was making the town stink.
What?
Like I let some big cat out of the bag. Oh, we didn't know it stunk till you brought it up, Ron. Come to think of it, it smells like a hard-boiled egg fart in this town. Is that somehow your fault, Mr. White?
Are you serious? That's crazy.
The reason I brought it up, I'm from Houston, and as a child, I lived literally in the shadow of this paper plant. And as a child, I thought the whole world smelled like that. I didn't know. And the first time my family went on vacation to another city, I was amazed. I was like, what's that delicious smell? Oh, God, that smells like heaven and flowers mixed together. What is it? That's a sewer treatment facility. That's straight as shit. That's it. Houston, people can run a little under their nose. Walk right by that paper plant without throwing up their fucking lunch. And we found a new use for fetid shit.
Yo,
I think we all win.
Yo, he's so crazy, man.
Actually, the reason I brought it up, I'm from Houston. I don't live there anymore, and I was just back in town doing some shows. And one morning I was reading the Houston Chronicle, and there was an article in the paper about that particular paper plant. And it said in the article that depending on which way the wind was blowing, that 2 million people could smell the stench produced by this one paper plant at a time. That is a big odor.
Yeah.
If it was music and 2 million people could hear it, they'd make them turn it the fuck off.
I mean, yeah. He had a point. He had a point.
Smell, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Find a way to make paper that doesn't stink. It's not like you're trying to make catfish made out of cabbage, goddammit. You're making paper out of wood. Paper doesn't stink. Wood doesn't stink. You're doing something to make it stink. Fucking quit.
He said quit it. Oh my God! Come
That's
on,
me
man.
dancing on my soapbox.
Yo, he's so crazy, man.
I love this country. I consider myself a patriot. I met my first wife during the Vietnam War. She's from this quaint little village outside of Phnom Penh. Phnom. I can never pronounce that word. Vancouver. It's not true.
That's
It's
pretty
funny,
sick.
but it isn't true. I love this country. I do what I can to support our troops no matter what they've been asked to do. I don't have to agree in advance with the mission. Last year I went on UFO tour. UFO.
Go, godly. He's getting drunk, y'all, so let's get into it. Come on.
That's good, Ron. I went on a UFO tour, which not a lot of comedians are asked to do. Because the jokes translate so poorly from one planet to the next. These are legal aliens.
Wow.
But oddly enough, they still speak Spanish. I went on the USO tour. And I'll tell you the difference. Earthlings. I was in Germany for 10 days doing shows for